Fine, guys. In the last session, we understood what is result set and how to work with result set. Can anyone tell me what is result set and how to work with result set? Result set is used to store the data given by our select query. So by using database, we can by using JDBC, we can execute both non-select queries and select queries. To execute non-select query, what is the method we will use? Execute update. What is the return type of execute update? Integer. That integer represents how many rows affected with that query. If we want to execute a select query, then we will go for execute query method. When we go for execute query method, it will return the data in the form of result set object. Result set object will maintain the data by using cursor. Cursor always will point the data to current row. But initially, where that cursor will be available? That cursor will be available before first record. Do you know how to move the cursor? By how to move the cursor? By using next method. What is the return type of next method? Boolean value. That means true or false. If record is available, it will give true. If record is not available, it will give false value. Are you clear? Right. Can you tell me the code for that? To retrieve the data. Come on, I forgot that. Class dot for name. What is the purpose of class dot for name? To load the driver class. What is the driver? Which will get the connection with the database. Connection is mandatory to execute our queries. What is the class name? com dot mysql dot cj dot jdbc dot driver. If I go for Oracle database, com.oracle.jdbc.driver.oracle driver. Am I going to use the same class with Oracle database? No. This driver will work with only MySQL database. If you go for Oracle, other driver class will be available. Okay. Class dot for name is there. Next step. What is the next step? Driver manager dot get connection. Driver manager dot get connection. What are the parameters? URL, username, password. Can I change the order? No, we should go in the same order. First one should be URL, second one should be username, third one should be password. I declared them as variables. I'm passing the variables to my method, get connection method. What get connection method will do? Get connection method will take the given values. Driver class, database URL, username, and password. By using these details will be given to this driver class. Then that driver class will go to database based on the URL, username, and password. It will try to get the connection. If given details are valid, then it will give the connection. If given details are invalid, it will give the exception. Are you guys able to follow this? Yes. What will happen in the get connection method? Get connection method will try to get the connection with the database based on the given details. If given details are valid, then it will get the connection. For example, I'm giving 1234 as a password. Is it correct password or incorrect password? Incorrect password. Now let's run my program. Run as Java application. I'm running this program as a Java application. Failed. What happened now? Access denied for Ashok IT localhost using password. That means it is not able to get the connection because given credentials are incorrect. Good. So if you give correct credentials, correct URL, then only we can get the connection with the database. Ashok IT @123. I'm giving this password. If it is a correct password, execute the program. We will not get any exception. Connection will come, program will be terminated. There is no exception. Now, whatever the connection we are getting, can we store that connection into a variable? Yeah, come on, tell me how to store it. What is the variable? Connection con is equal to driver manager dot get connection. Import the package. Which package? Java.sql. Okay, I got the connection. What is the next step? After connection, we need to create the statement. Why we need to create the statement? To execute a query. Con.create statement. What is the return type? Statement object. Statement stmt is equal to con.create statement. Statement also we need to import. Which package? Java.sql. I got the statement. After statement, next step. Execute the query. Which query we want to execute? Select query. So which method I need to use? Execute query or execute update? Are you sure? Execute query. What is the return type of execute query? Result set. What is result set? Which will hold our data in the form of rows. Cursor will be available. Initially, where that cursor will available? Initially, cursor will be available before first row. Do you know how to move the cursor? How to move the cursor? Next method. Perfect. Now tell me the code. Come on. STM. Never write code from. You should not write the code from this side. Why? If you are writing code from this side, that means you are buttifying the code. Connection con is equal to driver get. Not that is not the way of writing the code. First you need to call the method. Then you need to store that into a variable. Tell me how to do that. stmt dot execute query. Okay. So select SQL. That is the way how programmer should behave. First I am going to call the method. What is the return type of the method? If you no need to apply your brain. Just keep your cursor here. It is telling what is the result set. Okay. But we know shortcut. Done. We got the return type. Right. We got the result set object. Once we got the result set object, can I directly print that result set? No, there is no use because cursor will be available before first record. I want to move the cursor and I want to get the data. Come on. What is my query? Select a star from book. Do we know how many records available? We don't know. So how many times I need to call the next method? Until the rows are available in the result set. Can I go for if rs.next? If rs.next means only it will move one row. What about second row, third row, fourth row, 10th row? It is difficult. So what is the right way of getting the records? While rs.next. So now if rs.next, if record is available, it will return true. While true, we will go inside the loop. System.out.println rs.getInt of column. You can go for column index or column name. Anything is fine. Result set will store the data based on column index and column name. Array index will start from 0. Result set index will start from 0 or 1. Are you sure? Try. rs.getInt of 1. System.out.println rs.getString of 2. System.out.println rs.getString of 3. Okay. How many times this loop will be executed? Until the records present in the result set. So I am executing my query. I am processing my result. Now I want to close the connection. How to close it? Con.close. Con.close. Run the program. Run as Java application. Okay. This is my first record and this is my second record. Are we able to get the data? Yes. With this we understood what is result set and how to work with the result set. Clear, guys? Now here my result set is moving only in forward direction. What is the meaning of moving only in the forward direction? When we have a table data like this, rows are available. These rows contains some columns also. Result set object getting the data from the table, maintaining in the object. We will get a cursor. Initially cursor will be available here. That means it is available at the 0th row or before first row. These things will maintain index. Result set index will start from 1. 1, first column, second column, third column, and fourth column. Now, I want to move the cursor. In order to move that cursor, we are going to call rs.next method. rs.next. If I move this cursor, if row is available, it will give true. If row is not available, false. After moving, then from here, again I will move the cursor to here. Okay. By using rs.next. Again here, rs.next. Again here, rs.next. Like this, we need to move the cursor from one row to next row by using next method. This result set object will move only in forward direction. I want my result set to move forward as well as backward. I want to move that in the forward as well as backward. For example, I got 10 records from the database. From these 10 records, I want to get 5th record directly. Are you getting my point? Select a star from table. I got 10 records from the table. From these 10 records, I don't want to print all the records. I want my cursor to go to direct third record. I don't want to move from first row, second row, third row like that. Directly I want to jump to 5th row. Directly I want to jump to 5th row. Can we do that by using this result set object? Yes, result set object. By default, it is only forward direction. If you want, we can customize that result set object. We can make result set object as bidirectional. We can make the result set object as bidirectional. And one more thing is, when I am printing the data, suppose if any course price is less than 1000, I want to update that price also. I am trying to retrieve the data from the table. I am printing the data by using result set. When I am printing the data, if any record price is less than 1000 rupees, I want to update the price also. That means we can make the updates also for the data by using result set, and we can transfer the cursor bidirectional, forward direction as well as backward direction. But what is the default nature of the result set? Only forward direction. If you want bidirectional result set, we need to customize the result set. Are you clear with my point? Yes. Now here, by default, result set object is only forward directional. Types of result sets. Result set types. We can call it as result set types. Result set represents data returned by our select query. Whenever we execute a select query by using execute query method, it will return the data in the form of result set object. The default result set, what we are getting, it is only forward direction. I want to change the behavior. I want to customize that behavior. So that is called types of result set. Types of result set. So now result set will represent data given by our select query. Given by our select query. Result set will maintain cursor. Result set will maintain cursor. The result set will maintain cursor to point the data, to point the rows. Initially, where the cursor will be available? Before first record. Initially the results, result set cursor. Initially, result set cursor will be available before first record. Before first record, we need to move the cursor to next position by calling next method. We need to move RS cursor to next position by calling next method. By calling next method. Note, by default, what is the behavior of the result set? By default, result set is forward directional. By default, result set is forward directional. I want to make result set as bidirectional. Types of result set. Okay, now we can take result set types. First one is sensitive result set. First one is sensitive result set. Second one is insensitive result set. What are the types of the result set, guys? Sensitive result set, and the second one is insensitive result set. Yeah, what is the difference? Simple example. Sensitive person, insensitive person. What is the meaning of sensitive person? Who is called as sensitive person? Huh? Who is called as sensitive person? Am I looking like a sensitive person? If we are sensitive, we can't do a business. Yes or no? In this much big market, in this much big competency, if we are running institute, matlab insensitive or insensitive? Sensitive or insensitive? Sensitive hai to bahar nahi aa sakte na bhai. Can we fight with the big institutes in Amirpet? We can't do that. हमारा इंस्टीट्यूट बच्चा है ना 2 साल पहले स्टार्ट हुआ था. Big heroes are there in the market from last 20 years. To survive in the market, if you are sensitive, you can't run your business. Yes or no? मैं sensitive नहीं हूँ. समाज सेवा. Yeah. Who is called a sensitive person? बोलो. The person who reacts or who respond. What is the difference between react and respond? React, respond, both are same. What is the difference between react and respond? English classes. Online people are giving good answers. Become emotional for everything is called sensitive. Yeah, right. So here our result set is divided into 2 types. One is sensitive result set, another one is insensitive result set. Right. Sensitive result set, insensitive result set, both will support bidirectional. Both will support bidirectional. Sir, when both are supporting bidirectional, then why it is called sensitive result set and insensitive result set? The difference is sensitive result set means it will react immediately or it will respond immediately. Whenever you make any changes to sensitive result set, when you make, now I got the result set object, I'm going to get the data from the result set object. When you are getting the data from the result set object, if you make any changes to the result set, immediately it will respond for that. If you make any changes to result set, those changes will happen in the database also. You no need to execute a update query. You get the result set. If the result set is sensitive, it will react immediately. Okay. Insensitive result set means even if you make any changes also, it will not respond. It will not respond. If the result set is sensitive. If the result set is sensitive, if you make any changes, it will react or it will respond immediately. Whatever the changes we are making, those changes will reflect in the database also. Insensitive result set means you will get the result set. It is a bidirectional. If you make any changes, it will not take that. It will not bother about that. But when you go for sensitive, result set can be bidirectional. If you make any change to the result set, it will reflect that change in the database also. Are you guys able to understand my point? Right. See here. Sensitive result set and insensitive result set. Sensitive result set will become bidirectional. It will make your result set as a bidirectional result set and react for changes. It will react for every change. Now, when you go for insensitive result set, this is called as bidirectional result set. It won't react for changes. That is the difference. It won't react for changes. That is the difference between sensitive result set and insensitive result set. Sir, now here we are executing our query. Statement dot execute query. So here, whatever the result set we are getting, that result set is called as only forward directional result set. That result set is called forward directional result set. I want bidirectional. When you are going by bidirectional, your result set should be either sensitive result set or insensitive result set. Sensitive, insensitive, both will give you bidirectional result set. If your result set is bidirectional, forward direction, backward direction, particular exact row also you can get. I want to get third record directly. I want to get fourth record directly. I want to get fifth record directly. You can get it. Right. Sensitive, insensitive will give you bidirectional result set. What is the meaning of bidirectional result set? It can move. Cursor can be moved only both forward and backward. Then what is the difference between sensitive and insensitive? Sensitive means it will react for a change. If you make any changes in the result set object, that change will happen in the database also. If you make any change to the result set object data, that change will reflect in the database also. When you go for insensitive, it will not respond for the changes. Are you able to understand? Right. Only cursor can be moved here and there. That's it. Let us see this practically. Sir, how to create our result set as a bidirectional? Let me comment this code. If you create your statement like this, the result set that you are getting is a forward only result set. Now I want to get bidirectional result set. See here, con dot create statement. See here, this create statement is a overloaded method. What is overloading? What is overloading? Same method with two different parameters is called as overloading. So result set create statement. I'm calling this method without passing any parameter. Here we have same method. Create statement, result set type, result set concurrency. Result set type available, result set concurrency available. Result set type will represent, do you want only forward direction result set? Do you want sensitive result set? Do you want insensitive result set? By default, result set type is what? Forward directional. How many types available? Forward, sensitive, insensitive. How many types are there? 3 types. What are 3 types? Forward, sensitive, insensitive. What is the meaning of a forward? Only the cursor will move in the forward direction. That is the default. By default, every result set is only forward directional result set. What is the second category? Sensitive result set. What is the meaning of sensitive? bidirectional and changes will reflect in the database also. What is insensitive? Bidirectional, but changes will not reflect in the database. Okay, let me take the result set type. Result set dot, you can take like this: forward only, type forward only, type scroll insensitive, type scroll sensitive, type scroll sensitive, type scroll insensitive, type forward only. Can I say it is a constant variable, static variable, interface and variable? So result set dot forward only. Why they are giving underscore? Do you remember Java naming conventions? I explained how to write the variable names, how to write the class name, method name, interface name, constant variable name. What is a constant? Value will not change. So constant variable names will be with uppercase, underscore will be the separator. So can I take it is a variable? Type forward only. What is the meaning of type forward only? Only in the forward direction. I don't want this. I want to go for type sensitive, type scroll sensitive. I want to scroll my result set with the sensitive behavior. My result set is very sensitive. If you make any change for the result set, that change will reflect in the database also. Next one. Second parameter is available, result set concurrency. When you are going for result set sensitive type, you need to specify concurrency. Result set dot conquer read only, conquer updatable. What is the meaning of conquer updatable? Conquer updatable will represent whenever we make some change to the result set, if it is sensitive, I want to update the data in the database also. Are you guys clear with my point? Yes. Now I created the statement. Store this into a variable. Statement stmt is equal to con dot create statement type scroll sensitive conquer updatable. I want my result set as a sensitive result set and I want to concurrency as a updatable. What is the meaning of that? My result set should be bidirectional. Any change I make to the result set, it should reflect in the database also. Are you clear with this point? Yeah. Now let me go for this. Yeah. I got one result set, guys. Result set RS. Let me check how many records available in the table. How many records available? 2 records available. 101 and 103. 3 records available. Earlier, when we get the result set, where the cursor will be available? Where the cursor will be available? Before the first record. Now let us see. I'm calling rs.absolute 2. rs.absolute of 2. Absolute is one method. What is the purpose of this method? Move the cursor to given row number in the result set object directly. So initially cursor will be available before first record. Now I want to move the cursor directly to the second row. I don't want to go for first row, then go for second row. Directly I want to go for second row. What method is available? Absolute. After moving the cursor to the second row, I'm getting the second row data. Run this program, run as a Java application. Click on OK. See here, DevOps record we should get. Are we getting the DevOps record? Actually in the database, what is the first record? 101 Angular 1000. But I am getting output of second record. Why I am getting the second record directly? Because I am using absolute. What is the purpose of absolute? To move the cursor directly to the specific row. To move the cursor directly to specific row. Now, after moving the cursor to the specific row, I want to go back to previous. rs.previous. rs.previous. After moving the cursor to the previous position, again I want to get the data. Okay, see here. See the code. First, I got the result set object. I'm calling rs.absolute of 2. When I call rs.absolute of 2, what will happen? Directly cursor will go to second row. I'm getting the second row data. After getting the second row, what I am calling? rs.previous. Then what will happen? what will happen? It will move back to first row. Then I'm getting the first row data. Okay, run this program. Run as Java application. Yes, can you see? First we are getting the DevOps record, that is second row actually. After getting the second row data, I'm moving my cursor back to previous row, then I'm getting the first row data. Are you clear now? Can I say my result set object is scrolling forward as well as backward? Can I call it is a scrollable result set? Scrollable result set. Scrollable sensitive, scrollable insensitive. What is that type, guys? Scrollable sensitive. Can I try the same thing with insensitive? Yes or no? Is it possible or not? What I have changed? Type. Earlier type was sensitive. Now the type is insensitive. Right click, run as Java application. Am I getting that? So that means both sensitive, insensitive are called as scrollable result sets only. If both are scrollable, then why sensitive, insensitive? Behavior with respect to updates. Behavior with respect to update. Now, result set types are three. Forward only, scroll sensitive, scroll insensitive. Are you getting my point? What is the default behavior of the result set? Forward. If you want to make it as a scrollable, scroll sensitive, scroll insensitive. Both will move, both we can move in the forward and backward. Then what is the difference between sensitive, insensitive? With sensitive, insensitive are different with respect to result set concurrency. Second parameter will make the difference. Concurrencies are two types. Concur read only, concur updatable. What is the meaning of concur read only? My result set should just to read the data. It should not update the data. I want my result set to update the data also. Then I will go for concur updatable. Okay, let me show that. Now here rs dot absolute of 2. I got the second record. What is the price for the second record in the database, guys? Is it visible? Yeah. No. Huh? Come front, man. So what is the price for the results? What is the price of the DevOps? 4,000. I want to increase the price to 5,000. Do I need to write a update query, or I can use sensitive result set to update the data? Do I need to write a update query? Not required, because I can go for sensitive result set and I can update the data. Make the result set as a sensitive, type scroll sensitive. I'm making that as a sensitive. Okay, good. Hello, sir. Stand up. Tell me, how many types of result sets we have? Hold on. Not that question. Can you tell me 10 Java predefined class names? String. Array. Array. Wrong. Start from first. Java classes. Any Java class. 10 Java class names I want. Without repeating. If you repeat, again from start. Because you are sleeping. That is a punishment. Come on. Integer. You are taking more than 1 second of time. For every 1 second, you need to tell one class name. If you take more than 1 second, again from first. If you repeat the class name, again from first. Okay. Again from start. Apart from wrapper classes. रैपर क्लास कोई भी बोल सकते हैं. इंटीजर, बाइट, शॉर्ट, लॉन्ग, फ्लोट, डबल, कैरेक्टर. इसमें कुछ नहीं है ना, कास्ट नहीं है. Apart from wrapper classes, any other 10 Java classes you want to tell? Then keep quiet. Can you come? Is it audible for you? सुनाई दे रहा क्या? हाँ, सुनाई दे रहा? जोर से बोलो भाई. वहां कर तो मुझे I can't hear you. If you go there. Speak loudly. भाई इसका हॉस्टल पे कोई रहता है क्या? इज रूम पार्टनर, हॉस्टल पार्टनर? हु इज स्टेइंग विथ हिम? रात कहा जा रहा है बंदा? रात को कहा जा रहा है? एवरी डे इज स्लीपिंग इन द क्लास। बोलो। रूम पे रहता है। रूम पे क्या कर रहा है वो? सोते नहीं है क्या वो? एवरी डे इज स्लीपिंग इन द क्लास। तबीयत खराब है, ठीक है। जस्ट टेल द क्लास नेम्स। Connection statement are interfaces. Those are interfaces. Come again. I remember 3 months back, you told hero names, movie names. That day also you were sleeping, same punishment. Abhi change ho gaya, Java class names. That time you are new to Java. Now 3 months old. Tell me the class names. अरे यार कितना क्लास यूज किया था 3 महीने पे? Take 2 minutes of time. Take a breath. पानी पी लो आराम से, टेंशन मत लेना. Now people are recalling. Your turn will come. Next time it will not be a class. It may be an interface. It may be an exception. It may be a class methods. Online students are waiting for you, man. Come on. Ready? सब लोग क्लैप मारो यार, ताली मारो. Start. याद ही नहीं आ रहा. Time up. String buffer, string builder, file reader, file writer, object input stream, object output stream, array list, vector, stack, queue, hash set, linked. कितना बोल सकते हैं भाई? हाँ वो भी स्ट्रिंग बोला, स्ट्रिंग बफर नहीं बोला. अगर कलेक्शन में गए तो बाहर ही ना आ सकते, उतना क्लासेस रहता है उधर. Sit down. Right. So now, guys, we are trying to understand what is sensitive result set and what is insensitive result set. Sensitive result set means any change that you make to the result set, that the change will reflect in the database table also. You no need to write any update query. If you make any, listen carefully, if you make any change to the result set object, that change will reflect in the database directly if it is a sensitive result set. Okay, sensitive insensitive, both are scrollable, bidirectional, forward, backward. But with respect to concurrency, if result set concurrency is updatable, the changes which we make to the result set will reflect in the database. Now, by using this result set, I want to update course price. I want to update course price. Now, see here, I'm getting a result set. Can you tell me what type of result set I'm getting? Scroll sensitive, conquer updatable. Sensitive represents bidirectional, plus it will react for the changes. Conquer updatable means any change we make, it will reflect in the database table. Perfect. Now I got the result set object. I'm calling absolute. What is the meaning of absolute? Directly it will go to given row number. Actually, result set will maintain a cursor before the first record. Directly I want to go to particular row. For that I'm calling absolute method. Now here I'm making rs dot set, rs dot result set dot get data is available, absolute is available. Similarly, I want to update the data. I want to update the data by using result set. So insert row is available, is first, is last, move next, row updated, row delete, toString, update, rs dot update double. Update double. What is the column index? 3. Price I want to make it as 5,500. Price I'm making as 5,500. rs dot update double. So this rs is pointing to which row now? Second row. How can you say it is pointing to second row? Because we are calling absolute. rs dot absolute of 2. It will go to second row. In the second row, third column data I am modifying. In the second row, third column data I am modifying. Okay, save it. Now run as Java application. Run as Java application. Okay, so first row record is printed, second row record is printed. Go to database and check it. Select the star from books. Now price is updated or not updated? Price is still not updated. Now I told to result set rs dot update double. Now here we need to call rs dot update row. Okay, I'm setting that. Go to particular row. In that row, modify third column data, then update that row. Okay, next run this. Run as Java application. Now can you see what is the price we are getting? 5,500. Check in the database. Is it reflecting in the database or not? Reflecting or not? Okay, suppose this result set is sensitive result set. That is the reason whatever the update I am making to the result set, that the change is reflecting in the database also. For example, if I make this result set as insensitive, price I am making as 6,500. Okay, now what is the meaning of insensitive? Bidirectional, but it should not take the change. Right click, run as Java application. 6,500, go to database. 6,500, 1 minute. No. Conquer updatable. So we need to make it as conquer read only. We need to set that conquer read only. Now whatever we are giving, sensitive or insensitive, it depends upon the concurrency type. So concurrency type should be read only. When the concurrency type is read only, what is the meaning of that? It can perform only read operation. Now I'm giving concurrency type as read only for the type as insensitive. Right click, run as Java application. 6,500. Now what it is telling now? Not updatable. Why not updatable? Result set not updatable. This result set must come from a statement that is created with the conquer updatable. The query must select only one table, cannot use function, must select all primary keys. See the JDBC API. When the result set concurrency type is read only, that result set will be scrollable and it can only read the data. If you want to make result set scrollable and if you want to update, you need to make the concurrency type as a updatable. So let's see more details about this. Insensitive, can you read this? The constraint indicating the type of a result set object. This is scrollable, but generally not sensitive to the changes to the data that underlies result set object. That means it is not sensitive to the changes that we are making. Next one, type scroll sensitive. When we make it as sensitive, what it will do? The constant indicating the type of a result set object that is scrollable. Sensitive is scrollable and insensitive is not. It's insensitive also scrollable. It is not sensitive, it is sensitive. Any changes to the data underlines in the result set. Right. Next one. Next statement. Next one is conquer read only. What is the meaning of conquer read only? The constant indicating the concurrency mode for the result set object that may not be updated. It will support only for read operation. What is a conquer updatable? The constant indicating the concurrency mode for the result set object that may be updated. Okay. Conquer updatable, conquer read only, type scroll sensitive, type scroll insensitive, type forward only. What is the meaning of forward only? Result set whose cursor may move only forward. If you want to move bidirectional, sensitive and insensitive. When we make sensitive, insensitive, let me do one thing. Still there is some small confusion. Type scroll sensitive and I'm making it as read only. Let me make it as 7500. Run as Java application. No, not updatable. Whether it is sensitive, if it is read only, there is no change. If I make it as insensitive, read only, run as Java application. No. Why? Because concurrency mode is there. Conquer updatable. Insensitive updatable. Run as Java application. 7500 it is reflecting. 7500 updated. Sensitive if I give 8500. One minute. If I don't give this, both are behaving same, right? Not updated if I don't call it. Then what? क्या difference लग रहा है इसमें? No man, there should be some difference, na? Scroll sensitive, but generally not sensitive to the changes that underlines the result set. Sensitive to the changes that underlines to the result set. Okay. Get type of the result set. Huh? No. Type scroll sensitive, type scroll insensitive. When I mean, whether it is sensitive or insensitive, this one is matters. Either conquer read only or conquer updatable. When I give conquer read only, it can just read the data. When I give conquer updatable, then only it can take the updated data. But what is that sensitive, insensitive? It is not making any difference here. Type scroll sensitive, not sensitive to the changes without calling this updated row. Let me check, is there any other method? RS dot before first delete row, find columns. Sensitive, not sensitive. It is reflecting. Hey guys, I will check this. What is the difference between sensitive and insensitive? Yeah, let's make a note. Types of result sets. Come on guys, types of result set. Result set types. Come on, first. Result set types. We have three types of result sets. We have three types of result sets. We have three types of result set. Forward only, let me give that. Type forward only. Type forward only. Type scroll sensitive, insensitive, and sensitive. Type forward only. Type scroll sensitive. Type scroll insensitive. There are three types of result sets available. There are three types of result sets available. You can make it as by default. It is by default. We have three types of result sets. One is type forward only. Second one is type scroll insensitive, type scroll sensitive. Insensitive and sensitive result sets are bidirectional, are scrollable and bidirectional. Insensitive and sensitive result sets are scrollable and bidirectional. Sensitive and insensitive result sets are scrollable and bidirectional. Result set concurrencies. Result set concurrency will represent result set concurrency will represent changes of result set data. Result set concurrency will represent changes of result set data. So what are the concurrencies we have? Read only and concur, read only and concur updatable. Concur 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 read only will allow only read operations on the result set. Concur read only will allow only read operation on the result set. Will allow only read operation on the result set. Concur updatable will allow update operations on the result set. Concur updatable will allow update operations also on the result set. will allow update operations also on the result set. Conquer read only will allow only read operations on the result set. Conquer updatable will allow update operations also on the result set. Conquer updatable will allow update operations also on the result set. Okay. Yeah. So creating bidirectional result set example. Creating bidirectional result set. Take this concept. Take this piece of code. Yeah. Take this code, guys. Con.create statement, result set type scroll sensitive and conquer updatable. So still there is a confusion. What is actual sensitive insensitive doing? I will check it and I will let you know that. I will go through the documentation clearly once. Sensitive and conquer updatable. Sensitive and conquer updatable. Completed, guys. Let me give one try. Scroll insensitive. Price I'm giving as 2,500. Both are behaving in the same way. Not able to find any difference. Not sensitive and sensitive. What is the meaning of that? But here both are behaving in the same way. Scroll sensitive result set. Connected to database, not connected to database. Even if it is insensitive, any change I am making to the result set object reflecting in the database. I got sensitive result set absolute to rs dot update double thought value 500. Directly should do. I'm checking to find the actual difference of it. Okay, guys, I will see that. Okay. Yeah, guys, let's do this. Let's do this. Now, observe. I'm getting a sensitive result set object. I'm trying to get the data. Let us see. While rs dot next, I'm trying to print all the records available in the database table. System dot out dot println rs dot get int first column data. Then I'm printing rs dot get string of second column data. Then I'm getting rs dot get. I want to see the actual difference of that sensitive and insensitive. Get string 1, get string 2, get double of 3. Okay. Right click, run as Java application. Let us see. Are we able to get the 2 records from the database? Yes. So we are getting 2 records from the database. Now I will do one thing. After printing the first record, I will stop my thread for 1 minute. I will stop my thread for 1 minute. In that 1 minute of time, I will go to the database. I will change the second record data. Then we can see, is it getting the updated data from the database or is it getting the old data from the database? With that, we can find out what exactly the sensitive result set is doing and insensitive result set is doing. Right. So let me go for thread dot sleep. I want to wait for 1 minute. So it is going to take in the form of milliseconds. 1000 milliseconds means 1 second. 1000 milliseconds means 1 second. I want 1 minute. 60,000. Okay. So I want to hold that thread. Thread dot sleep. Meanwhile, let me prepare the update query and keep it ready. Can you tell me the update query? Update books set anything. Book price is equal to, I'm making it as 5,000, where book underscore ID is equal to 103. This is my update query. So once I have updated the data, I will go for commit. I'm keeping my queries ready to execute quickly because my application will wait only for 1 minute. Now let's start. Yeah. First, if I execute like this Java application, first one record is printed. My thread is waiting for 60 seconds. Now, in this, first let me execute without executing that. Let us see. After 1 minute of time, it is going to get the second record. I'm holding the thread for 1 minute, right? Yeah. One minute. ज़्यादा हो रहा है क्या? यार ये बहुत टाइम ले रहा भाई. Can we decrease? 10,000. Okay. If I give 1,000, first of all, sleep method taking what? Milliseconds. Yeah, quickly we are able to get that. Let me go with, instead of 1,000, let me go with 20,000. Okay. What is the existing price in the database? 3,500. What my update query is going to do? 5,000. Okay. Run this Java application. One record is printed quickly. मुझे update करना, yeah. Updated, then commit. Okay. Check here. In the database, price is updated. Now check in the application. Sensitive or insensitive? वो देखो भाई ले. Sensitive. What value is coming? Bold value only coming, man. Here update हो गया था. Database में update हो गया. Database में 5,000 है. Still no use, man. Insensitive करो. Run as Java application. I'm going to change the value to 6,000. Okay. Commit भी करो. I updated to 6,000. No, still old value only coming. कुछ तो डिफरेंस नहीं दिख रहा है यार. ठीक है, we'll do analysis. We'll see. Any data it is updated in the database, still it is not getting that. RS dot absolute of 2, RS dot update double. I'm giving column index 3. I'm giving it as 4,000. Okay. Updated row. RS dot update row. What is this update row? In the current insert row. Okay, it is not on the insert row. Run as Java application. Okay, yeah, it should not be called here. Yeah, leave it. We'll see what is that actual sensitive, insensitive. Yeah, fine. Note down. Absolute method. What is the purpose of absolute method? Note it. Absolute. Absolute method is used to point the cursor to given row index. Absolute method is used to point the cursor to given row index. Absolute method is used to point our cursor to given row. For sensitive also we are getting old value, mister. Yeah, actually my understanding also went wrong. I am not able to recall. क्या हुआ वो? वही तो problem. Yeah, you understand, guys, what is the purpose of absolute method? Yeah, still there is one query. What is that actual sensitive, insensitive is doing? So both are working in the same way. So we need to figure out what is the actual difference. I will check that today. I will give you an update in the tomorrow session. Time lagega. Yeah, right. So with this we understood what is result set, types of result sets. How many types of result sets are there? 3 types. Forward only, type insensitive, type sensitive. Forward means cursor will move only in the forward direction. Sensitive, insensitive, cursors are bidirectional. But what exactly sensitive, insensitive will do, still we have a question. Okay, right. Next one, concurrency. How many concurrencies we have? 2 concurrencies we have. What are those 2 concurrencies? Concur read only, concur updatable. Concur read only means only it can read, we can only read the data from that particular result set. If the result set is concur updatable, we can update the data by using result set object also. And the next one here, create statement is taking 2 parameters. One is type of the result set, second one is concurrency of the result set. Similarly, there is a method which will take 3 parameters. Create statement will take 3 parameters, that is called fetch size. What is that, guys? Fetch size. Let's see here. Con dot create statement. How many methods available? 3, right? 1, 2, 3. First method is not taking any parameter. Second method is taking 2 parameters. What 2 parameters? Set type and concurrency. Third method, set type, concurrency, result set, holdability. Result set holdability represents one of the following result set constants: hold cursor over commit, close cursor at commit. Okay, so result set holdability. So do you want to commit that or you don't want to commit that? That can be represented by using result set holdability. Okay, and the next one, result set dot fetch forward, fetch reverse, fetch unknown, get fetch size, set fetch size. So there is a method called set fetch size. What is the meaning of set fetch size? How many rows you want to retrieve? My table can have 1 lakh records. I don't want to get all the 1 lakh records at a time. I want to get only 10 records. Result set dot set fetch size, give me only 10 records. Like that, we can decide how many rows we want to retrieve from that result set object. So like that, we can set the fetch size also for the result set. Now, what is the default fetch size of the result set? Let me check that. System.out.println rs.get fetch size. Right click, remove the sleep. While loop also not required because we are directly moving the cursor to second position. Remove these updates. Run as Java application. 0. What is the default fetch size? It is 0. Can we set the fetch size also? Yes. How to set the fetch size? System.out.print. Sorry, not system.out.print. Just directly we can call rs.set fetch size. So we can see the description. Rows, the number of rows to fetch. Gives the JDBC driver a hint. Ask the number of rows that should be fetched from the database when more rows are needed for the result set object. First, I'm going to get the result set object. Once those rows are completed, how many more rows it has to fetch from the database table, that can be decided by using fetch size. So here, sir, in which scenario we are going to use this fetch size concept? If you go to Google, whenever you search for something, are you going to get all the records? Java interview questions. If you type like that, they are going to give you only first 10 records. They're going to give you only first 10 records. Again, there is a pagination. When you click on the number 2, what will happen? Next to 10 records will come. And when you click on 3, next to 10 records will come. Like that, when you have a pagination concept, we can do that pagination concept by using this result set fetch size. I want to get only 10 records. Next time, once the 10 records are completed, then get the next 10 records. Like that, we can set the fetch size also for the result set. But are we going to use it? No. Fine, guys. So with this, we understood what is a result set, how many types of result sets are available. Forward, sensitive, insensitive, concurrency, readable, and updatable. Right. Good. And I want to move the cursor to a particular row. Is it possible? Yes. Absolute method. I want to move the cursor to the backward. What is the method we have? rs.previous. Like that, there are several methods available in the result set object. rs.absolute, rs.previous, rs.before first row, delete particular row. There is a method called delete row. What is the meaning of delete row? We are pointing to one row and I want to delete that row from the database directly. Okay. If it is updatable, then we can delete also. rs.delete row. Then get methods available to get the data. Get row method is available. And is first row, whether cursor is moving to the first row or not. Insert row, we can insert the record also by using that. Is before first row, is our cursor pointing before first row or not? Move to insert row, move to current row, last. What is the meaning of rs.last? I want to move the cursor directly to the last row. For example, I got the data from the database. I want to retrieve the data in the reverse order. I want to retrieve the data from the reverse order. Initially, where the cursor will be available? Initially, before the first row. Can I move my cursor to the last row? I will move my cursor to last row. I want to get the records from last row onwards. rs.last. I will go to last row. rs.has previous record available. Get it. rs.has previous. That means earlier we moved our cursor in the forward direction. Now what we need to do? My cursor is available before first row. Now I want to move the cursor directly from the first row to last row. How to move the cursor from before first row to the last row? By using rs.next. Sorry, last. rs.last. Now, from this last row, I want to get the data. Can I call next or previous? Why previous? Why not next? Already our cursor is at the last position. I want to get the data in the reverse order. How to move the cursor from last to last but one? I want to move here. What I need to do for that? rs.previous. rs.previous. Okay. So similarly, This previous method, what it is going to return, guys? Boolean value, true or false value. So in the previous position, if the record is available, it will give true. Once it is completed, again I want to go for next row, that is previous row. From here, I will move the cursor to previous. From here, I will move the cursor to previous. Like this, you can go for particular row by using absolute method. You can go to last row directly by using last method. Yeah, make a note. Previous method is used to move the cursor to the previous record. Previous method is used to move the cursor to previous position, previous row. Previous method will move the cursor to the previous row. Will move the cursor to the previous row. Last method will move the cursor to last row. Last method will move the cursor to last row. Last row will move the cursor to last position. Last row will move the cursor to last position. Okay. Delete row is used to delete the current row. Delete row method is used to delete the current row. Delete row is used to delete the current row. Current row. Which row it is pointing, that row will be deleted. No, here I got the result set object, right? rs dot absolute of 2. Where is my result set now? Second row. Now if I call rs dot delete row, it will delete the second row. That means where the cursor is available, that row will be deleted when you call delete row method. Absolute, previous, last, delete row. These are the methods. Absolute, previous, delete row, and last methods are available. Huh? Set fetch method, fetch size. Set fetch size method will tell how many rows we have to fetch from the database. rs dot set fetch size method will decide. rs dot set fetch size. rs dot set fetch size method will represent how many rows to fetch from the database. How many rows to fetch from the database. Set fetch size method will represent how many rows to fetch from database. Perfect. So with this we understood what is result set and how to retrieve the data from database by using result set, how to move the cursor forward direction as well as backward direction, how to move the cursor to a particular row, how to move the cursor to last row, how to move the cursor to previous row, how to delete particular row, how to set fetch size, how to make result set as scrollable, how to make result set as read only, how to make result set as updatable. Good. So in the tomorrow's class, we will understand what is prepared statement and what is callable statement. Good. Thank you guys. With this I'm stopping. We'll continue in the tomorrow session.